cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Bande Paramananda Madhavam. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai, Satchidananda Bhagavan ki jai, Krishna Bhagavan ki jai, Gita Mata ki jai. Harihi Om. माफ करना भगवान। We are discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter and 43rd sloka we saw yesterday, isn't it? Yes, of course. 42 was अथवा योगिनामेव कुले भवति धीमताम् एतद्धि दुर्लभतरं लोके जन्म यदीदृशम्. Or he is born in a family of even the wise yogis. Verily, a birth like this is very difficult to obtain in this world. So either he will take birth in Punya Kritam after enjoying the heaven, Punya Kritam Lokan, for pretty long time. He will take birth in Suchinam Srimatam Gehe, Yogarvashto Abhijayate. So he will take birth in pure and wealthy family, and or else he will be born in the family of wise yogis. He will get all the supports by the force of his previous efforts, whatever he has done. Now we shall see the 43rd. Tatra tam buddhi sanjogam labhate paurvadehikam jatate jatato bhuyaha sansidho guru nandana. There he comes in touch with the knowledge acquired in his former body. The previous actions, whatever was done by the former body, that will have contact with this present body, and strives more than before for perfection. O Arjuna, this also we saw yesterday. Where did you stop? What did you say? कहाँ पर रुक गए थे? Climate. Huh? Climate. Anyway, our thoughts and actions are left in our subconscious minds in the form of subtle sanskaras. This we were discussing yesterday. These sanskaras are called impressions. Our experiences in the shape of sanskaras habits and tendencies are also stored up in our subconscious mind, that is, we call chitta. These sanskaras of the past birth are revived and re-energized in the next birth. The sanskaras of yogic practices and meditation and the yogic tendencies will compel the spiritual aspirant to strive with greater vigor than that with which he attempted in the former birth. He will endeavor more strenuously to get more spiritual experiences and to attain to higher planes of realization than those acquired in his previous birth. So we were discussing yesterday how these previous sanskaras which were stored in the subconscious mind, chitta, how it will help in this present birth. Of course, almost we had seen how the human birth is most rare to achieve, to get again. And because of our previous actions, whatever the accumulated force from that previous birth will come out to give a new birth. Accordingly, the body will be formed. There we were stopped. Now, whatever the impressions are stored there, as per the great seers, what we have heard from them, since birth time immemorial, how many births we have passed, who knows? And how much sanskaras will be there, and which sanskar will come forward to give you a new birth, and how, which amount of those sanskaras. Everything cannot come out. Let us take the example of our storehouse of seeds. Of a farmer. Farmer will have many kinds of seeds, isn't it, in the storehouse. Whatever he yields from the fields, some amount he enjoys and some amount he keeps for further farming. So many kinds of seeds will be available in the storehouse, isn't it? Which seeds will be sown in the field? Have you any idea? It depends upon the seasons, time, situation, conditions, place, climatical conditions. You cannot sow the cereals in summer days. In summer days only the paddy or things like that can grow. And wheat will not be grown in summer season. For wheat, winter is good. So all the seeds are there in the storehouse. Which seeds will be taken out for sowing in the field? You know, we shall see further. Afterwards, Lord Krishna will explain how this body is a plot. Kshetra kshetrajnayor jnanam jata jnanam matam mama. This field is nothing but your body, and the God is Aham Bija Pradaha Pita. Of course, he is Adi Bij, the primordial seed, which gives rise to different kinds of seeds again in the course of time and creates a creative process. So now, of course, this body we have, and of course Lord Krishna shows the seed, one kind of seed in one field only, that is universal field, the Creator. And that Creator, that farmer, the primordial farmer, will have different progenies, and the field will be divided, and so different children, they will start farming in different plots, and they will have different crops. Isn't it? That's how we are individual farmers. And we have got so many kinds of seeds in our storehouse. According to favorable conditions, we take out the amount of seeds and sow in the field. Isn't it? If this is clear, similarly, the storehouse is our chitta, which has got so many kinds of seeds, and not all are ready for the time being. What seeds will be taken out according to favorable conditions. So, an amount of those sanskaras will be taken, and that will be ready to be sown in a field which is newly to be cultivated and made ready for sowing the seeds. That is what is a new body. After enjoying either good or bad in the subtler realms, the self will be ready, the individual self will be ready to have a new beginning with a new body, new field. Or we may take the body as an instrument also. Sometimes it is used as a field, sometimes as an instrument, sometimes we take it as a city where all kinds of activities go on, and the city king will be Puranjan, and the city king Puranjan, he abides inside the palace. So in different angle of vision we see it. Anyway, now it is a field. So the new body will be made according to the nature of the seeds and favorable conditions. So an amount of good and bad both, those seeds will be good and bad both. You cannot take anything one because it is relative world. Nothing is one. So some good and some bad. Now coming to our yesterday discussion, if good and bad somewhat equal, then only human body. And if good is more, then he will take a body of God's subtle body. And if the bad is more, then he will have lower bodies. In this way, the new body will be made. Okay? Now come on. climate, here we had climate. What is the climatical conditions? Yes, climax. Climax. अच्छा अच्छा. Okay. पूर्वाभ्यासेन तेनैव ह्रियते ह्यवसोऽपि सः जिज्ञासुरपि योगस्य शब्द ब्रह्मादि वर्तते. Now Lord says, encourages and gives a push. Purvabhyasena teneva, because of his previous efforts and habits he has cultivated, that will not perish, that will help him in this body, and then by that teneva hriyate havasopi saha. By that very former practice, he is born on in spite of himself. This avasya pisan, even though he will be helpless, avasaha, helpless, yet he will be forced to go forward. Why he will be helpless? We shall see it in detail. Sometimes we feel hopeless. Everybody in this path of spiritual practices, this time comes to everyone. This moment every sincere sadhaka has to face. What is that moment? Of course, pardon?
Useless and hopeless.
Yes, uselessness and hopelessness and desperandum and frustration. The exact word is frustration. He will strive his level best, but nothing is achieved, because at that stage the sincere seekers naturally has to lose their patience. They are now striving very hard to reach the goal soon, because it is nearing. Have you seen the running racers, race competition? In the beginning they will say 1 kilometer race. In the beginning they will preserve their strength, immunity. And in the end they will apply the whole strength somehow to get fast. At that time some people, they fall unconscious also. Hopeless. Now I am losing everything. In that last moment, this feeling, of course, comes to everyone. A type of frustration. I have struggled so hard, but nothing I have achieved. And nothing I have achieved, of course, so much he has covered up. But how this nothing has happened yet, how this feeling comes to that sincere sadhaka at that moment. It is generally, in the beginning, the students have satisfaction. Whatever they have learned, whatever they have struggled, They are satisfied. Okay, it is going on. Nowadays, up to 8th standard, no student is to be failed. Everybody will be sent up. So they don't care for studying much and they are satisfied. Somehow or other we are going to be promoted. But when they come for greater exams and serious interviews, then they have to struggle very hard, day and night. And then they are not everywhere. In the case of students or our sincere sadhaks, they will not be satisfied with their effort. This natural condition comes in the life of a sincere sadhak. It has to come, or else he is not a sincere sadhak. This dissatisfaction, and that is also good to have. One should have always satisfaction, contentment in every field of the ordinary common life, but in spiritual practices one should not have satisfaction, or else his progress will be hampered. No sincere sadhak should be contented. And almost all the sincere sadhaks, they are never contented with their effort. And the result also is not achieved yet. So these two conditions bring frustration. Got the point now? All the sincere sadhaks who are striving their level best to get to the goal, somehow or other, no more I cannot wait anymore. Naturally there will be a frustration, and if that is overcome, done. That is done. So in that case, many sadhaks, they try to do suicide. Anji. Almost all these sadhaks, they get such ideas. Of course, never all the sadhaks attempt, but many attempt. What is there in this life? And for ordinary beginners also sometimes it happens. Our Chinmaya Sanji, being frustrated in life, when he was reporting in India partition. Yes, when he saw the murders, everywhere only blood and blood, he was so much desperated. He came to Himalayas and he was ready to jump to Ganga. He came for some Santi, and he was ready to jump to Ganga, and somebody said, Oji, you seem to be some South Indian. There is some South Indian Mahatma living there, Sivanand by name. Go to him. And he went to him, and he was saved. And our Chinmayanji, of course.
Someone named Premanand.
And our President Sahib, Kalam Sahib, he also came to Rishikesh to go, jump into Ganga. Yes, and Gurudev say, oh ji, a bright future waiting for you, but don't be desperated. Somehow he was consoled. Many have happened like that. Many, many. Such a period come to some sincere persons, we can say, either in spiritual field or in general life. Sincere persons having no result, very soon they get such ideas. Anyhow, now even he is hopeless. That's why I told all this. Some sadhaks, they feel like that. And such a sadhak having so much support from all sides, if he doesn't achieve the highest, then naturally he will be hopeless. In spite of himself, even he who merely wishes, no, by that very former practice he is born on in spite of himself. In spite of himself means this, even he gets some helplessness. Even he who merely wishes to know yoga goes beyond the Brahma word. Brahma word, Sabda Brahma Ativartate. Sabda Brahma, what is called Sabda Brahma. And he goes beyond it. Even only the questioner, how is that? You see, in the beginning, to have some mental attitude fixed on the absolute truth, which is beyond mind, how it will be possible? When nothing is there, whatever we know, everything is negated now. Neti neti kare ved pukara. Nothing, no support now. Neither mind can help you, nor intellect, nor prana, nor any help from any side. Now how to fix the mind where? We have only the one instrument, mind. That is what we have been practicing by yogic method, meditation, withdrawing the mind. We are dealing with the mind only, isn't it? Whatever we are discussing on the mind only. And when mind doesn't do anything, then what is there? Darkness. Where to fix the mind? How to? And if mind has become useless, what will happen then? That also causes hopelessness, desperandum, frustration. Where to go, what to do? Of course, at that time, the only way is to surrender to Guru. Only way, surrender. Athava pranipat, yogic formula. Athava pranidhana daba. Pranidhana daba. Or by surrendering from all means. And then what happens? The Guru only is the savior. Who is Guru? He is called Guru. He is Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. He is present everywhere, in all form, at all cost, at all time. He is ready to help you, but only when you go to Him, you call for Him, then only He comes. The bright example of our Draupadi. Draupadi was brought forcibly before everyone in the audience, in the court, and she was tried to be nude before everyone. That was unbearable. It was ordered by Duryodhan, and the order carrier was Dushasan. And before Dushasan's strength, Draupadi is nothing. Now, of course, she has to call for help. Who are there? First of all, the king. King is blind, and he is not in support of you, because Duryodhana is now overruling, and the king was blind, and blind not by eyes, but by discrimination also. He had the affection for the son. He cannot say anything. So now, king has no support. Then the ministers, when the king is not supporting, the minister also kept quiet. Then comes the term of the great people, their gurus, Kripacharya, Dronacharya. No, they have eaten the salt of Kauravas. They have to keep quiet. And the elderly person, eldermost, Bhishma has promised he will support the throne, whosoever may be the king. He is also now blind. He cannot help. Then comes the chance of term of husbands, 5 husbands. Everyone is so mighty persons. Nakul, Sahadev, when they get up to fight against Dushasan, Yudhishthira says, keep quiet. Dharmam rakshati rakshataha. If you keep up your dharma, then he will keep you. He will protect you. Don't act against dharma. So they have to keep quiet. Arjuna, the mighty, armed. Same thing. Bhima could not keep quiet. He took a vow to kill Dushasan and drink his blood, and to tie up the open hairs of Draupadi by the blood of Dushasan. Terrific oath. Anyhow, Yudhishthira, of course, he had to keep quiet. So there was no other go for Draupadi. Now, where and when we get forced to surrender, we depend upon so many things. This relative relations, when is not overcome completely 100%, Guru will not come to your risk. No, never. And if your surrender is not 100% complete, he will not come to your risk. Now, Draupadi depends upon herself. She tried to fight against Dushasan, keeps tightly the cloth on his body, on her body. That was also a failure. It is momentary only. Nothing happened. Then she remembered the great Guru, the Yogeshwar Krishna, her heart's friend, Sakhi, and Rishta also, relationship, devotee. From many angles, Draupadi was so close to Krishna, but she forgot at that time, at the nick of hour. She forgets Lord Krishna. She wants support from all these. That is the play of time and situations. And now she shouts, "Oh Dwarikadhish, hey Dwarikadhish." She raises her one hand up. On the other hand, she had support for herself. Lord Krishna was playing chess with the queens. He heard, Draupadi is calling me. He got up all of a sudden. Oh Dwarikadhish! He got up and sat down. Alas, this is not the time yet. Of course, Satyabhama, Runkmani, they asked, "What has happened to you, Lord?" No, nothing, nothing. She kept quiet and sits down. And when Draupadi raises her both hands, "Oh Dwarikadhish," then he had to run, forgot the sandals even. As soon as possible, she came to her risk, and he protected her. Of course, he didn't fail to protect her. Anyhow, she was saved only when she surrendered fully, 100%, complete. Then only the Guru or your God will come to your risk. Artatrana, that's why the Lord's name is Artatrana, one who is distressed completely, 100%, and shouts for his help. He has to come. In what form, from where he has to come? Afterwards, sometimes Draupadi has had some allegation against Krishna. Krishna, you are my heart's heart, the core of my heart. You delayed so much. Huh? Why did you delay? Krishna asked, "My dear Draupadi, in what way you thought of me? You thought of me Dwarikadhish. So I had to come from Dwarika. Why did you not address me, oh Antaryamin? Am I not your heart of heart? Am I not abiding in your heart? Je yatha mam prapadyante tam tatheva bhajamyaham." It is proved there. And Lord Rama also proved it while he broke the Shivdhanus. How the audience looked at Rama, who took Rama as what? Tulsidas explains it so beautifully. Anyway, as you think of him, he will appear before you in the same way. It is your problem. It is your your attitude, bhav. So now, when one is totally helpless and hopeless, yet if he inquires, how is that? What is the truth? How is the truth? Of course, help comes from every side. When you are sincere and 100% you have surrendered to your guru or your deity, then you will get help. That is what he says. Even a questioner, jigyansu, one who tries to, wants to know about the truth, he goes beyond Sabda Brahma. What is Sabda Brahma? Huh?
Veda.
Pardon?
Vedas.
Veda. Vedas are so vast. Who will go through Vedas at the nick of the hour, 1 second? How can we go through Vedas? It is. Huh? Pardon? Primordial sound, the Onkar. Ekakshar Brahma. That is called Sabda Brahma. The essence of all the Vedas, all the scriptures, and all Gita and all scriptures, whatever you know or you have gone through, the essence is one syllable, one sound only, which is the root cause of the whole creation, root cause of Vedas. Omkaraschatha sabdascha dvaveto brahmana pura. In the very beginning, these two words came out of the mouth of the Creator Brahma. So, the monosyllable sound, that is pranab, that is called sabda. But what does it mean? Tasya vachakaha pranavaha. Vachak means name. Name, or the by which we know the form. But it is formless, nameless, then what to be assumed? Everything beyond everything. सखियाँ वो घर सबसे न्यारा, जहाँ परम पुरुष हमारा. Where there is no day, nor night, nor good, nor bad, nor time, nor space, nor far, nor near. Nothing. It is strangely different from everything. So how to assume, how to be settled? Where? What is the center? Where is the center? So they give different examples. From that we can have some ideas. They call it You see, there are 4 highest sentences of Vedas. Highest sentences of 4 Vedas. Tattvamasi, Ayam Atma Brahma, and Aham Brahmasmi, Prajnanam Brahma. 4 highest sentences. Beyond that, only 1 syllable. Yes. So all the Vedas end there. Now there is no Veda or no scripture, nothing. So what they say, Laksharth or Bachyarth. Laksharth means when we show some geographical centers in the maps, what do we use to show that spot? Some pointer. Where is New York in world map, in America map? Come on, show me where is New York. What will you do? Take the pointer there. Yes, there it is. It is there. So, nobody looks at the pointer, but they have to see the point which is pointed out by the pointer. Pointer is not seen. So similarly, all these sounds, they point out something. The target is pointed out, the goal is pointed out by these pointers. These words are used as pointers. They have got no meaning. You don't have to concentrate upon these words or these sentences, but you have to concentrate on the target it points out. So we shall see it tomorrow. Just as Ahilya stops at the tick of the moment. So go on thinking whole night, sleepless. What is that? What is that which is never expressed by any sound? That is beyond sound. How to go beyond Sabda Brahma. And we also pray our Gurudev. Nada Brahma Kala Atitam. Kala Atitam. Beyond even the last point of the sound. Nada, sound. That's why it is not said words. That word sound is different than nada sound. Any sound is nada. And when that ends in some last part of it, where does it end? Kalatitam. Kala means the last fraction. Beyond that. Then what is beyond the horizon? We have to see tomorrow. Beyond the horizon of events, according to our modern scientific term. Beyond the horizon of events, event horizon. Event is sound. Beyond that. So tomorrow we shall see. Anyhow, Sabda Brahmati Vartate. Somehow we shall see. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। कृष्ण भगवान की जय। गीता माता की जय। शब्द ब्रह्म की जय।